Well, we'll start in the daylight at Odsal and finish in the darkness on this Good Friday fixture. Just one fixture for Halifax over the Easter weekend. And this is it. According to the local newspaper, the Telegraph and Argus, which put in about the friendly that was called off over Christmas, it's the biggest and it's the nastiest local derby in rugby league. Halifax against Bradford Bulls always stirs a little bit more emotion between both sets of fans. Of the last 18 meetings between these two sides, Halifax have won 8, Bradford Bulls have won 10. 5 of those 10 wins coming for Bradford in the Super League era. More recently, Halifax had a heroic match against the Bulls in a Challenge Cup quarter-final in 2019 when James Woodburn-Hall was the hero for Halifax. His try putting Halifax in the lead 18-16. Halifax going on to lose to St Helens in the Challenge Cup semi-final. And the Bulls sort of made amends a couple of weeks later by beating Halifax 24-20. Well, more recently games have been tight with these between these two, and the lowest score, combined score in any game back in 2015, 22 points. And look at 24-20, 36-23 in 2019, 44-22 2016, 32-26 2016. Halifax won a qualifying game at Bradford in 2015, winning 52 points to 18. Saltonstall Tangata, who scored a try on that day, and Fairbank still remain from that side 7 years ago. And there still are for that team from 2019, who are still wearing the blue and white of Halifax, who currently lie 2 points behind Bradford in the table, and in 10th place with 6 points. Bradford are in 6th place with 8 points. They lost by a solitary point, a drop kick for Jared Samet in the last match here. The Bradford Bulls once lost out 23-22. Of course, if you're talking about drop goals, you've always got to look at Jordan Lilly, the Bradford scrum half. No Danny Brough, of course. He was forced to retire at the end of last season after a long and illustrious career. This afternoon's teams for Halifax: James Woodburn-Hall is at fullback. The wingers: Lachlan Walmsley, James Saltonstall, Joe Arundel, Zach McComb in the centres, and a change at standoff where Louis Jouffre replaces Corey Aston. They give Halifax a bit of an X factor in that position. Joe Keys, former Bradford player, is a scrum half. In the front row, Adam Tangata, Brandon Moore and Daniel Murray. Ben Cavan, Matt Garside. The second row, Jacob Fairbank locks up the scrum. Kyle Wood, Titus Guaze, Kevin Leroy and Ed Barber are on the bench for Halifax. For John Kears, Bradford Bulls, it's Elliot Keir at fullback, Matty Dawson-Jones and Ryan Miller on the wings, Aaron Murphy and Kieran Gill the centres. Murphy, 8 years at Huddersfield, I think it was. Murphy might be, 8 seasons at Huddersfield. Oh. Thanks. Carrying on with the Bradford side after that sneezing fit. Deck Patton, 100 games at Warrington, lines up at 6. Partnering Jordan Lilly in the halves for the Bradford Bulls. Jordan Baldwinson, Steve Crossley and Thomas Doyle the front row. Baldwinson pulled on the Halifax shirt a couple of times a few seasons ago. So did the Bradford Bulls number 30, Chester Butler, playing his 8th game on loan from Huddersfield. Had a lot of problems with injuries. Sam Scott is in the second row with him. Sam Hallis makes his debut after re-signing, returning from Newcastle Thunder, the former Leeds Rhinos junior, on the fullback, on the interchange bench rather. Elliot Hall, Ben Evans, Eben Skur and Sami Kabula, formerly with Wigan. Only played one game in the Cherry and White of Wigan. Spent a lot of time out on loan. Did Kabula, Swinton, London Scholars and Dewsbury. Moved to Warrington and then was loaned out to Newcastle. Well, here we are on the narrow pitch at Odsal, with the concrete blocks around the perimeter and the tyres for the stock cars, which took place last night and take place again on Monday. So a rich history between these clubs when they have been in the same division. Halifax went out of Super League in 2003. In 2011 rather. After just one win that season away at London Broncos. Since then, when they met 2015. Halifax has only win in the qualifying playoffs at the end of the season was against the Bradford Bulls, after losing to Super League opposition in the other 3 games. 52-18 it finished that day. Three times in 2016, twice in 2017. 2020 and 21 of course were a wipeout. 2018 when the Bulls went into the 3rd tier of Rugby League, into the Championship 1. They were only there for a season. Gone are the heady days of Super League for the Bradford Bulls. Times when the tennis on that side of the field was crammed capacity, well, no more, but looking like a healthier attendance this afternoon at Odsal as Halifax kick off. And the Bulls get to run it back with Baldwin centre the first attempt. Steve Crossley drives the ball up. He's been around a while now as Crossley. Started at the Bulls Academy. It's his second time at the Bulls. Shrewsbury, Featherstone. And here we go. It's all on in the first couple of minutes. Referee stopped the clock. And James Woodburn-Alt, the only man out of that scuffle, as he makes a slow walk up to the middle of the scuffle. Plenty of Halifax supporters attending this match this evening, and certainly massive difference in conditions, so hasn't been in recent weeks. Very cold, but a pleasant, mild spring evening, which has begun with fireworks and Jacob Fairbank going off the field with claret coming out of the eye. Well, he's having a look back at somebody. Doctor calling him off. Well, if there's blood on the face, then he's got to go off and have it seen too, and it'll be a HIA, and Fairbank trying to stoke the fires on his way off the field. Bradford Bulls pointing And there is a card. Well, we're not able to make out there whether Fairbank has been red carded or not. That's Halifax down to 12 men. Bradford Bulls with the first penalty. Well, they're going to have to take a look at that one. And the kick into touch from the Bulls. Patton to Lilly. Big tackle in the middle of the field. Big collision there between Kavanagh initially. And Halifax are in en masse to make the tackle, but being pushed back towards their own line. It's a bad loss. Fairbank has been in pretty good form. They look for the outside and a little bit of space, but this pitch is so narrow, difficult to get an overlap perhaps. Well, we'll find out as the game progresses, as Patton gets the pass away to Lilly. That's a good tackle from Joe Keys. Fronting up on the defence. It's a quick play of the ball. Halifax could be caught here. And they make the tackle 3-4 metres away from their own line. And it's the last one of this set of 6. Referee with the hand in the air. Lilly gets the ball out wide, but that's tremendous marking in defence from Halifax. Close contact up to hit the man with the ball. Looked like Canon Tangata made that tackle. There's one of Halifax players on the far side checking to see how many teeth he's still got in, I think. Might be Joe Rundle. What's the what? Zach McComb. The dancing feet gets him over the 20-metre line. Tangata charging the ball up, gets to the 30-metre line, the 40-metre line, only 5 metres away on this pitch, which not only narrow but short as well. And Halifax will have to kick with Joe Keys getting one away off the outside of the boot, falling safely into the hands of Dawson Jones. Sorry, Elliot Keir it is. Halifax, well, they're certainly fired up by that loss of Jacob Fairbank, and their tackles are hitting fairly hard. But the Bulls still getting over the advantage line, almost to halfway. Lilly picks up and goes from halfway, gets to the 40. Not the normal thing you'd expect to Jordan Lilly, but it's put the Bulls on the front foot, and a missed tackle there gives them another couple of metres towards the Halifax 20 on the last tackle. It's been confirmed that Jacob Fairbank has received a red card. Woodburn Hall takes the ball, wants to get on with it and play the advantage, but the referee has decided that the Bulls were offside. So confirmation now that Bradford Bulls will play with a man advantage for the rest of the game. Saltonstall with a quick tap and makes 15 metres. Good run from Saltonstall, takes the ball into the Bulls half of the field. Brandon Moore, Joe Keys to Jouffre, Ben Kavanagh joining in the line. And this time Tangata running off Joe Keys, short pass. Looking to the left, Joe Keys, short ball away to Kavanagh. Not allowed to get up and play it quickly. Halifax pushing forward. Joe Keys gets the ball away to Jouffre. Might have a go on his own. Well, he's not short of pace, but he can't get through those two big forwards standing waiting for him. Last tackle. Crossfield kick towards Walmsley with the aerial skills, but the defence waiting for him when he came down with the ball. And Halifax, well, they're turning it over at the right point of the field. And the thing is now, can they stay there after the Bulls carted it up into the Halifax half on the last set of 6. Well, Halifax have made it easy for them this time by giving away a penalty for offside. Something that obviously the referee is going to keep his eye on this evening. As the Bulls restart with Kieran Gill tapping it Crossley over the 40 and put down eventually. Brandon Moore hanging on to the legs. And Crossley still making meters. Patton turns it back inside. That a dangerous tackle. Could Halifax lose another man here? Treading on dangerous ground. Will Bradford go for goal? They will with Deck Patton. Well, is that a lack of confidence, or is it giving the opposition some credibility in the fact that they're going for goal? With a man advantage, 6 tackles in the bag, 19 metres out, possibly would have expected a tilt at a 4-pointer, but John Keir, old school. If you get the chance, come away with points. I think a lot of coaches are going back to that line of thinking nowadays. So an easy 2 points for Declan Patton. And after 12 minutes, it's the home team Bradford Bulls 2, Halifax the visitors 0. On the back of a dangerous tackle. They're going to have to be careful at Halifax, because they'll be under the watchful eye now of the officials. Already Jacob Fairbank sent off and a penalty costing 2 points. Crossley rumbling the ball up, he's over the 40. Very around the legs this time with Crossley. He didn't get as far as he did with Moore around his legs. Halifax could be struggling here as Bradford break and get over halfway. And another 6 tackles. Tangata was trying to disentangle himself in the last tackle. Referee waves 6 more. Lilly gets the short pass away and Halifax eventually make the tackle on the 20-metre line. Danger growing all the time here for Halifax as Bradford pour forward. Crossley takes the ball. Lilly goes for the return, but Halifax has clamped the ball in with a 2-man tackle. That's a good ball from Patton. A good run from Sam Scott. And Bradford almost over the line. Up from fullback, Elliot Keir into the line. Patton. Over 100 games for Warrington, Declan Patton. Also played at Widnes and Salford. Last tackle. Can Halifax hold on? Well, there's a power play and a big drive from Bradford, but Halifax holding firm on their own goal line. The ball will be handed over. There's a lot of energy expended there in the defensive effort. If Halifax have got anything to try and take it away from their own line, as Bradford pile in and trying to push Halifax back in goal for the dropout. Zach McComb. Well, Crossley's arm looked a little bit high there, and McComb refuses to go down, which allows a quicker than normal play the ball, and Arundel takes it over the 20. It's a toil for Halifax to get forward. Lachlan Walmsley running into 3 Bradford defenders. And Walmsley claiming that ball had been stolen from him. But the referee not listening to the appeals of the Halifax players. It means that the Bulls will get possession. They've had most of it so far of the Bradford Bulls, and they're going to get a bit more now. Jordan Lilly calling the shots, while both sides have replacements warming up on the far touchline. Simon Grix's game plan might have changed a little bit with the loss of Fairbank. Thomas Doyle attacks Halifax defence. Crossley gets it away. Support there as ever, but defence there as ever for Halifax as they make the tackle on Sam Hallis with the headgear on. Patton gets the ball away. It's gone to ground and the ball has been knocked on, says the referee after a fairly long look at what was happening. So let off Halifax as Bradford give them the ball back. Grey clouds looming overhead away to the right hand side. Whether this game will get to the end without rainfall, I'm not sure. At the moment, conditions ideal. That's an excellent run out of defence from Arundel. Saltman taking it further forward on an angle run up to the 40 metre line. Murray takes it to halfway. Halifax making good metres. Tangata to Joe Keys, goes on his own, drops the shoulder, but the Bradford defence not falling for it. Jouffre, can he unlock the defence? Murray took two big hits then, but managed to bounce off them. Last tackle, Halifax on the Bulls 40 metre line. Keys going to the air again, Walmsley chasing it, and Walmsley waiting for full-back Elliot Keir when he touched down back on the ground. She's just stepping into the field on the far side, making sure the contact from Arundel and Walmsley was legal. Arundel in again with the tackle, but Halifax left light in defence with Cameron and Arundel coming back from that last tackle. Could be numbers on this side. Patton has to go on his own, lacking support on this side of the field. Kieran Gill moves into acting half. Patton looks for the penalty. Also Ryan Miller. Patton puts up a monstrous high kick, which Woodburn Hall has decided to leave, and the ball has disappeared over the dead ball line. Similar physiques and looks for Miller and Deck Patton. Miller 100 games plus for the Sheffield Eagles for his move to Bradford. Saltonstall's lost the ball. That's got to be a penalty. Went into the tackle with the ball, came out of it without the ball with three men round him. Looks suspicious enough for the referee to award a penalty. And Joe Keys puts Halifax 25 metres out from the Bulls line. Midway through the first half, it's Bradford Bulls 2, Halifax 0, looking for the first points and over the 20 metre line with the first drive. Joe Keys, support from Jouffre. Jouffre pops it up and McComb gets dumped to the ground, but was that a bit dangerous from the Bulls defence? Well, they were offside, so is it going to be two apiece? Or will Halifax try the hand at putting over a 4-pointer? It looks like Keys is going to go for a goal and level the scores. I suppose that's a sensible thing to do. It keeps the game level. You get your first points, you get the ball back. Well, Joe Keys looking to trade penalties with around 20 minutes. Hard times at Odsal, the electric scoreboard no longer working. We're relying on the good old manual black and white boards away to the right hand side. The boxes that were at the other side of the ground have gone. There's various outbuildings that have been moved from the Odsal Stadium. Joe Keys puts over a successful kick, makes it 2 points all. Bradford's first penalty after 12 minutes cancelled out by the Halifax scrum half, punishing the discipline of the Bradford Bulls, caught offside metres away from their own line. And Sam Scott back there just stretching the legs, look to be struggling a little bit. Lachlan Walmsley, who's hit some try-scoring form, but has neither been near enough or in the position to add to that so far this afternoon. And they're offside again. Well, it's got to be said that the referee is keen on the offside. That was out of 6 penalties, that's either 3 or 4 that's to offside, being awarded for offside against either side. So Halifax are back 15 metres out from the Bradford Bulls line. Joe Keys back to Daniel Murray, who changes direction to make any metres. Joe Keys gets the ball away to Kavanagh, who's driving his way and edging his way and backing his way towards that line with the defenders round him. Joe Keys trying to set it up again. Jules Frey gets it to Matt Garside, who's put down 10 metres out. Halifax get a quick play the ball as Tangata launches himself to the Bulls defence, and the Bulls wrap him up a metre away. Last tackle. Well, Halifax are over. Well, Bradford caught napping. It looks like Brandon Moore. He's got the ball in his arm, he's thrown it back, and he's through great determination there, Brandon Moore, to get over from a metre out. There were plenty of Bradford defenders there, but somehow Brandon Moore forced his way over. It looked like it was the second effort. So 22 minutes. Joe Keys in front of the Bradford Bulls post again, looking to extend the lead to 6 points. Another 2 points. Ball kicked towards those Halifax supporters, away to the right hand side. There's plenty of them. And there's plenty of them at the moment with smiles on their faces as they see the scoreboard. It says Bradford Bulls 2, Halifax Panthers 8. Kick taken in by Walmsley. Tangata coming into the line, taking the pass from Woodburn Hall, gets up and plays it quickly. Well, almost did, but then went back down again. Referee made him play it again and didn't call back the Bradford. And another Halifax penalty. Well, that's 5-2 in favour of Halifax now. There's an arm in trying to dislodge the ball, and so Joe Keys puts Halifax in the Bulls' half again. Zach McComb gives it to Garside. Garside charges in strongly to the Bulls' defence, turn him on his back as he put him down, and they're slow to get up, so they play the ball. He's not that quick. Keys to Jouffre, attacking the bigger Bradford forwards. Bit of a mismatch trying to go underneath. Dan Murray to reach out to get that ball in. Wasn't the best of passes. Halifax are 10 metres away. Brandon Moore to the left hand side. Joe Keys to Woodburn Hall, trying to go through on his own. Almost similar to the one he scored in that Challenge Cup tie, although it was a little bit further out. Joe Keys. Dan Murray asked to run it in again. Halifax are back on the Bulls 10 metre line, trying to make a bit of space. Tangata, Jouffre kicks through into the in goal, and that one not too far away. The ball shepherded out of play by Ryan Miller and Elliot Keir. Saltonstall was chasing it down. Nice little kick from Louis Jouffre. Well, flat corners now, of course, and when the Bulls were in Super League, those corners went up almost 45 degrees or even a bit more, which was a big advantage. And had it been the case, that might have been an option for Saltonstall there, because the ball might not have run dead, but it did, and the Bulls are back in the Halifax half. Looking to the right hand side, and that is not the pass that Patton wanted. I'm not sure who it was. Number 12, Sam Scott, ran onto that one, knocked it on. Well, it wasn't supposed to go anywhere near Scott, he just misread the play. Luckily for Halifax, because they'll get the ball back on their 30 metre line. Jouffre feeds. It's it back to McComb, and McComb will beat the first defender. It was Patton who caught him. And Garside's off again, another big run by Matt Garside, over halfway. Brandon Moore, Joe Keys, Tangata giving it to Woodburn Hall, but Bradford Bulls know not to give Woodburn Hall any space, that is for sure. Well, that's twice he's been caught on that left hand side in the last two sets of 6. Tangata over the 40, Brandon Moore one-handed pick-up, trying to catch defenders lazy around the play the ball again, but they're alert to Moore's run. Last tackle. Here's another one out towards Lachlan Walmsley. Well caught by Dawson Jones. The man who's been in Super League with Saints and Hull is Dawson Jones. Certainly no shortage of Super League experience in this Bulls side. Sammy Kabula on the bench, former Wigan and Warrington forward. So a long kick downfield, and Walmsley able to take it as he got the pace to get round and away from the defence. Good ball to Saltonstall, but Saltonstall well marked by Kieran Gill. A quick play of the ball allows McComb to make metres up towards the 40 and beyond before being tackled by 3 defenders. Titus Guaze on for Dan Murray, and Halifax have turned the ball over. Jouffre makes the tackle on Gill. And I think Gill had hold of Louis Jouffre's headgear then. Garside chasing Miller inside. Halifax leading 8 points to 2. The last thing they want to do is make mistakes like that one they just made and give the Bulls a sniff of something in their own half of the field. Patton runs it up, and that's a big hit by Garside. Tangata and Guaze also adding their weight to the tackle, 18 metres out. Hallis gets it away, runners on that far side Lilly gets hit just as the ball disappears. Well, he appealed for a penalty and stayed down, but got up as soon as he realised he was getting nothing for it. Lilly gets it to Hallis. Hallis wearing the headgear since that collision with Fairbank, and the referee has decided on 6 more tackles for the Bradford Bulls, and the Bulls supporters were up cheering them, but Halifax have defended their line again, holding up. Holding up the Bradford attack. Looks like Thomas Doyle trying to copy Brandon Moore. Couldn't get the ball down though, so it'll go back to the 10-metre line, and Adam Tangata receives attention, allowing for a bit of a break in play and a breather, which Halifax need to build up for this next defensive effort. Tangata gone to the in-goal area, and it looks like Halifax are going to need a change with Kevin Leroy coming on. So Halifax swapping internationals. French international for the Cook Island international. And called into action straight away, Leroy. And again, Bulls are over the line this time, and they're held up again. Bulls supporters and players were cheering, and Halifax hold out again. Well, here comes another assault on their line from Deck Patton. Clock stopped, Patton injured. Well, Halifax will take the break again. Twice now they've held over the line. Phenomenal defensive effort, but how long can you keep it up when the Bulls are sending these big rampaging forwards towards the line? And Baldwin looks to be in a fairly ominous position there, Baldwinson rather. Doyle moves into half back. Patton will play the ball where he was tackled. This time they go to the short side. He's given it this time, although it looked as though the ball was lost. Third time lucky for Bradford, with Sam Scott charging over. I'm not sure Halifax will agree with that, but the judge indicated straight away it was a try. Sam Scott's lead cuts the lead to 2. And Halifax had a lot of work to do. They did admirably with the 2 times that they held the Bulls attack up over the line in Thomas Doyle. Couldn't stop Sam Scott, who lost himself at the line. Patton needs this one to put it back to Hall Square. 9 metres in from the touch line. So penalty try conversion for the Bradford Bulls. 8, a penalty, a try, and a conversion for Halifax, also on 8. So the game back in the mix again. Well, valiant effort so far for from the 12 men of Halifax. Joe Keys with a long kick into the in-goal area. And it looked like Lilly, who was just able to stay in the field of play there, it came down very close to the touch line and the dead ball line of the in-goal area. Halifax almost caught there. Bradford back to the 30-metre line. Bradford players appealing for penalties. Sam Scott gets it away to Gill, and Kieran Gill, another one with Super League experience with Castleford. Kieran Gill, Patton gets the pass away, and Laroya goes high and gets away with it on Baldwinson. And Woodburn Hall rises, takes the ball. There was a late runner there from the Bulls in Sam Scott. Luckily missed his target, but Halifax struggling to get out of their own red zone. Walmsley, if he can get his legs going, but two men in the tackle make sure Lachlan Walmsley can't go anywhere. Saltonstall runs again up to the 30-metre line. Laroya moves back into trouble centre field. They'll be looking for Joe Keys now for the kick. Puts a high one up, looking for a fumble from the fullback Elliot Keir. But Keir being given a little bit of time to run. Again, there's appeals from the Bulls players from the tackle on Elliot Keir. Another one that came through the Bulls Academy, Ryan Miller, threatening the Halifax defence. Dawson Jones gets to the 30-metre line. Halifax trying to hang on till half time, which is probably 3 or 4 minutes away. Hallis signed a new deal back from Newcastle Thunder. And here comes Scott again. And Sam Scott trying to force his way towards the line, but the ball will be turned over there and given to Halifax, who've got to get out of the red zone. And there looks to be 1 or 2 tired bodies on that Halifax side as we approach half time. Another Halifax player receiving attention. Water bottles coming on for both Halifax and Bradford. It's actually a Bradford player that's needs more attention than a Halifax player. Bradford Bulls lined up ready to defend. Brandon Moore just being checked on. There could be a problem here. Sam Scott, the try scorer, being helped from the field. Well, it's a tough game, and looks like he's unable to bear weight on that right leg. Saltonstall being put down the narrow side. McComb getting over the 20-metre line. Elliot Hall is on for Sam Scott. Quasi set off for that one. It was set by Garside, and then Garside took a bit hit off the Bulls' defence. Keys gets it to Kavanagh. Halifax trying to use the width of the field. Walmsley looking for a way through, going up from dummy half. He's helping out the forwards by taking the ball over halfway. He'll go back to Keys for another kick. which is looking to put pressure on at the back, but Miller takes it. And Halifax need to be alert to Miller, who threatened to bust through the defensive line on his last touch of the ball. Dawson Jones coming inside, both wingers trying to make ground for the Bulls, and Miller again. Looks like it. So the Bulls back in the Halifax half. Halifax under pressure. Guaze in with the initial contact. Brandon Moore adding his weight to the tackle, and Leroy making the difference in the end. Last tackle, Lilly with the kick. A little one over the top. Walmsley goes up for it. The Bulls come down with it, and the referee has given the Bulls 6 more tackles again. Well, it's a big ask for Halifax to hold on till half time now, with the Bulls in rampaging form near the Halifax line, and that is Hallis looking for a score on his return to Odsal Stadium, but not on this occasion. So another chance for the Bulls. Halifax manage again to keep the Bulls out, and that was a quick charge out of defence. Gill had to pick it up off the floor. And the Bradford recipient just taking his eye off the ball as it went to ground. Miller to Patton, and Patton brought down 8 metres out from the Halifax line. And Halifax not falling for the dummy, making the tackle. Halifax trying to take the player in goal. Halifax caught. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Was it a double moment the referee's seen? Oh, it's an offside. An obstruction rather, as the Bradford player went round the back of his own man to get the advantage, so it stays 8 points all. And Joe Key's quick to deposit the ball out of play. 25 metres out from the Halifax line. Halifax supporters trying to cheer their team on. And I think they'll be ready to go into the half-time break when Halifax put such a good performance with 12 men. Good ball, Saltonstall. Well, can't get inside. Patton. Jouffre gives it to Leroy, who I don't think was expecting it from his fellow countryman. Jouffre gets it round the back. Ball to McComb. Saltonstall kicks inside. Who's there first? Well, the Bradford Bulls are there first. Almost undoing the Bulls' defence with a kick from Saltonstall. Had no real option. So close to the touchline. Kyle Wood on for Halifax. And straight into the action. Replacing Brandon Moore. Perhaps Brandon Moore just needing a little longer than half time to recover. Good tackling. Guaze up, putting the pressure on, and then quickly up and back into the line. Bradford Bulls using this near side to try and unlock the defence, but that's good work from Halifax, keeping the Bulls in their own half of the field. End over end kick from Lilly. Won't trouble Woodburn Hall. He gives it to Saltonstall, who'll run the ball back quite effectively on a diagonal run. Gets him over the 30-metre line. Joe Keys to Walmsley again. Tries to barge his way through the defence. Well, there's a slow retreat from Dawson Jones there. Leroy into the defence, just over the Bulls 40-metre line in the Bulls half of the field. Guaze, good leg drive from Guaze, takes him back into the Bulls red zone. The referee screaming at the Bulls defence to get back on side. Jouffre brings Garside back on the inside, and defence following Garside, and a loss of ground there as Garside looked to get the ball away. Jouffre out wide to Arundel, and Arundel spins away. Halifax keep it alive. Leroy to Guaze. Well, Halifax not gaining anything in the end from that passage of play where they put 6 or 7 passes together. Kyle Wood goes to the left hand side. Joe Keys tries to get it wide, but the ball goes to ground. Halifax surrendering an opportunity as the lights start to fade. The daylight starts to fade over Odsal Stadium. The only floodlights on one side of the ground, of course, you know where the sun, well, they're on, and the floodlights. And will the lights be shining for Halifax or Bradford at the end of this game? 8 points all. Few stoppages for injuries, but not that many, so we should be nearing half time. It's been quite pulsating, a bit quite brutal. Not an overabundance of skills, but grit and determination on show from both sides. Halifax more in defence on their own line when they've needed it. Just that one blemish on the record from the now departed Sam Scott. Last tackle, where's Lilly? Here we go, drop goal. Well, it had to be, didn't it? For Jordan Lilly. Who makes it Bradford 9, Halifax 8, and sometimes that's the only headlines that Jordan Lilly gets is for his drop goals. Kicked one that booted Leeds out of the Challenge Cup a couple of years ago. Kicked plenty in his time. And now he's just added another one to that. Having said that, it's only his first of the season. How crucial will be come the end of this game, which Halifax currently trail 9 points to 8. Hooter sounds, another potential flare-up which will be nullified by the sound of the hooter in a sometimes a bad-tempered first half in which Halifax were reduced to 12 men very early on after the sending off of Jacob Fairbank, but Halifax have grouped up and tightened up against a Bradford side with an extra man who opened the scoring with a deck pattern penalty, showing respect for their opponents. Then a penalty from Keys made it 2 points all on the halfway mark in the first half. And just 2 minutes later, Brandon Moore buried his way under the Bradford defenders to force his way over. Keys in front of the post again, made it 8 points to 2. And then Scott, before his departure with injury, managed to get over after Thomas Doyle had been held up twice by heroic Halifax defence. Patton converted to make it 8 points all, and then who else but John Lilly to step up with a 1-pointer. Just before the hooter went to make it Bradford Bulls 9, Halifax Panthers 8. Go back out for this intriguing tie. Second half about to get underway.
Panthers lead the field with 31, Kevin Royan being replaced by number 8, Adam Carter.
Kevin Royan having a HIA. So Adam Tangata back on. Halifax now already to 12. Oh, 16 in the squad with Fairbank being sent off. They don't really want to lose anybody else, and Guaze will charge it back. Chester Butler's being replaced by Sammy Kabula. Chester Butler had a lot of strapping on his arm. Guaze has made a good run. Getting through the first two. Kabula tackles him. Tangata gets over halfway. Halifax looking for a big start to this second half, trailing by that Jordan Lilly 1-pointer, Joe Keys. He's Kavanagh back on the inside, but the defence waiting for him. Last tackle, and they'll look to Joe Keys again to put the ball in the air, and it's aimed towards Walmsley on this touchline, and Walmsley's come up with it. Walmsley puts it back inside. Halifax still have possession with Woodburn Hall kicking it into the in-goal area, and that ball just evading the Bulls defenders, and they're allowing it in turn to run out untouched. It'll come back to the 20. Walmsley in desperation to keep it alive. He did really well to get the ball and looked like had he got free probably could have scored there. Put the ball back inside. Kabula. He's a giant of man, it's Kabula. Halifax have come up against him 2 or 3 times before while he was out on loan at Swinton and Dewsbury. He's also been on loan at Newcastle. Never just quite made the Super League cut at Warrington and Wigan. He's trying to make the difference now as he gets the pass away to Patton. Patton gets it out. Halifax in a little bit of disarray but organising themselves eventually on that far side. Kibola. Halifax need to watch him. He'll probably try and get it out in the tackle, but not this time as he falls with the ball. Patton kicks across field. Walmsley takes that. There's contact in the air. It doesn't matter whether you've tried to tackle or not. Elliot Keir, you've made contact with him, and so that is dangerous. Foul play. I suppose it should be. They're in a precarious position when you're in there trying to catch the ball. Even if you've committed yourself to the tackle. Halifax restart. 2 halfway with Arundel. And now over halfway into Bulls territory. Kyle Wood looking at what the options are. Goes to the left. Joe Keys saw a little bit of a gap. Just couldn't get away from the clutches of the Bulls defence. Alwood to Jouffre. Guaze takes Halifax up to the 20-metre line with Kyle Wood waiting at acting half, back to the left hand side, gets it away to Adam Tangata, who gets Halifax another 12 metres near that Bulls line. They're 6 metres away, but the referee is indicating that this is the last tackle. Jouffre gets it out wide. There's a little chip through, but it bounced in favour of the Bulls. Not the end that Halifax wanted to that set of 6. But at least they've turned the ball over near the Bradford Bulls line. And now it's about how close they can keep the Bulls to their own line. On the third tackle, the Bulls are just 15 metres away. Halifax need to be careful not to get caught with the offside. Well, Kabula back with the big men, offloads in the tackle. And Doyle put down last tackle on the 30-metre line, and Lilly has no option but to kick it downfield to try and get Bradford deep into Halifax territory. Woodburn-Hall steps the first attempted tackle, and a good kick return back to the 40. Lachlan Walmsley. Well, tough day at the office of Walmsley so far, trying to get through this defence. Kavanagh almost through. Got through the first tackle. Kyle Wood gets it away. Saltonstall with a stepping run. And Woodburn-Hall on his shoulder, but a Bulls defender in the way. Kyle Wood to Jouffre, back to Guaze. From a standing start, it's the last tackle, and Halifax are 10 metres away again. Going to that right hand side, Jouffre. Well, another poor end to the set. Jouffre tackled with the ball. Halifax turning it over in probably the best position they could, but could they have done a little better there? Doyle runs the ball out. Bradford appealing. And forlorn hope for a dangerous tackle, but it never was. One leg lifted in the air, but the Bulls have made better progress in 3 tackles this set of 6 than they did in the whole set on the last time. Jordan Lilly goes from dummy half, takes it over halfway, and now the Bulls are looking to Woodburn-Hall struggling with that one, but at least he's knocked it backwards. Couldn't take it cleanly at the first attempt. Halifax defender still coming back, and Walmsley having to stretch for that one. Trying to defend, but too many players around him. Saltonstall again, always reliable to try and make metres away from the Halifax line. Kavanagh. Ed Barber on for Matt Garside, and Joe Keys is looking for a 40-20. Well, that's a wicked bounce, although it's come up kindly for Elliot Keir in the end up. Well, would have expected a few attempts at 40-20s on this field, and Halifax having a little bit of a problem there. Dawson Jones taking the ball across field. Kieran Gill takes it over halfway. Halifax back defending. As Bradford get up to the 40-metre line. Still 9 points to 8. Lilly charges at the Halifax defence, manages to get the offload away. And another kick to test the Halifax defence. Saltonstall takes it and sees a little bit of space in front of him, quickly shut down by the Bulls defence. McComb going across field. Gets up and plays it on the 20-metre line. Kavanagh carries it 10 metres. Halifax needing quick play. Bradford with a man down injured. Ed Barber takes the pass from Wood, gets over halfway, acts for every single centimetre Barber, just on the field for Halifax. Keys to Tangata, gets the ball away to Kyle Wood. Back to Barber, who's not allowed the room this time to get moving, but has still managed to go forward. What a great ball to Jouffre. Jouffre gets it out wide to Saltonstall. Saltonstall stepping back inside. And Halifax looking to open up the Bulls' defence, but have the Bulls able to get back. Last tackle again, Halifax on the 10-metre line. Can they do a little bit more this? Oh, Walmsley's onto that one. And Walmsley is over the line, held up, but I'm not sure who's got the ball there. Well, it's Halifax's advantage as there's going to be a dropout under the post. Lachlan Walmsley looked to have injured himself a little bit there. But he's limped back into play. This will be a big dropout. 55 metres. Guaze will wind up and run it back at the Bulls defence, but means a solid wall of Bulls defenders on the 40-metre line. Kyle Wood goes left with Kavanagh. Tackled. Tangata charging the ball up. Halifax putting more pressure on this Bradford Bulls line, but they have an extra man. Keys, quick hands on to Arundel, who stopped 11 metres out with a good tackle. Lachlan Walmsley to Joe Keys, kicks over the top. Who's going to get there first? And that didn't. Well, he's claiming there's a touch there. I think it's Zach McComb claiming there's a touch from a Bulls player. Ryan Miller. Well, they're shouting for offside. How can they be offside when he made the tackle on the 40-metre line? Tackle one now. Crossley. Still going Crossley. They need to put him down. Halifax looking not to get penalised for offside there. Kibula's turning round and looking to offload, but Halifax put him down before he can get it away. Lilly gets the pass away. And Bradford still keep it alive with Patton taking on the Halifax defence. Crucial defensive set for Halifax. Lilly. Well, I'm not sure who it is that's wearing number 11. Aaron Murphy it is. He's coming more into this game in this second half, is Murphy. Halifax tested again on their own line. And Halifax, well, they tried to drag the player in goal. And somehow Steve Crossley has managed to barge his way over from 3 metres out to give the Bradford Bulls a 5-metre advantage. Well, Halifax had the chances at the other end of the field. Finished the set scrappily and defended well. But 2 more sets of 6, couldn't convert that pressure into points. And the Bulls, whose run started with Crossley from deep inside his own half on that first set of 6, is finished off by Steve Crossley. So 13 points to 8, this to make a 2-score game. Well, Patton hasn't missed yet, and I don't think he'll miss from this distance. It's well within his range, although he's right-footed at the right-hand side of the post. But the result the same for Patton. score. 15 points to 8, 2-score game. And Bradford will be pushing Halifax, I think, on a fifth tackle kick game now to push Halifax as far back into their own area as they can. And Kabul are doing what Crossley did by making meters with a strong drive. Well, they're playing one-out rugby, but at the moment it's more effective for the Bradford Bulls as they pick the ball up and go forward with Doyle. Halifax back on their own forte. It's the sort of runs that Halifax need. Here we go again. And Halifax being tested by Aaron Murphy. Last tackle. They're going to I thought it might be going to Lilly again, but they don't need the drop goal yet. Now it might do. Look, he's stood behind Crossley. Go for the drop goal, try and get the ball back. No. Kibula drives it forward. Well, he's still there, he's Lilly. And Halifax. Well, Aaron Murphy must have had a rocket from John Key at half time. That's a good tackle. Needed to be on Crossley. Another rampaging run and another opportunity for the Bulls threatening the Halifax line. Last tackle. Lilly with a little chip through off the foot. Ball's loose. Halifax managed to make it safe, but 3 metres away from their own line. Will they be helped by another penalty from the Bradford Bulls offside? And again, the kick to touch is quick to try and beat the defence back. Joe Arundel stopped by the referee. Daniel Murray back on. Brandon Moore back on. Kevin Leroy back on. Obviously came through the HIA. Kavanagh again gets through the first line of defence. If only he could get the pass away. Arundel towards the line. Halifax need a response to that Bradford Bulls score. Brandon Moore to Daniel Murray, and Murray for the line. Last tackle a metre away. Not the best position for Halifax. Can they conjure something up? Brandon Moore gets it. Ed Barber. Has he got the ball down? Ed Barber held up over the line, so Halifax clearly still with the will to win. As Barber's just held up over the line, it almost looked too easy for him as he went over then. Just couldn't get the ball down. And there could be problems for Ben Kavanagh here. Referee coming along to just check on the Halifax second rower. Down on the ground. Well, Halifax will be open. Kavanagh gets back to his feet and continues. He's threatened this left-hand side a couple of times since the half-time break, has Ben Kavanagh. Would like to do it some more. Ed Barber's just done it on the right-hand side, but held up by the defence. Back on his feet with the addition of some strapping on his right arm, which Halifax probably hope will assist and converting to go faster stripes for Kavanagh, so he could just get through that second tackler. So often beats the first. Just short of the 40-metre line. Lilly gives it to Crossley. Well, Halifax not giving Crossley the opportunity to build up the speed this time on halfway. Halifax concede a penalty. Well, I don't think they'll be going for 2 points from here. Well, they are. Deck Patton fancies his chances from 3 metres inside the Halifax half. Well, he stepped forward towards the Halifax line as he a few words to say to the Halifax defence. Bradford fans shaking their head. As Patton puts over another 2 points. Second penalty for Declan Patton. Not missed yet, it was a long way out, but it went over with a few metres to spare. Did that one, a monster kick from Patton. 17 points to 8. Still a 2-score game, but Halifax need a little bit of inspiration from somewhere. They need to get the ball back in the Bulls' red zone. For the moment, with just 2 points separating these teams on the league ladder, Halifax can't really afford another loss. Dufresne makes the tackle, but the ball's gone away. And inevitably, it seems in the second half that Aaron Murphy turns up from nowhere. Halifax looking a bit tired. Long ball out wide. Walmsley gets left. Has a go at the second attempt. Dawson Jones standing up his opposite number there. Lilly, long pass. Patton. Chip over the top. Halifax do a fantastic job again on defence on their own line in holding up the centre Kieran Gill, who came down with the ball, and somehow Halifax managed to stop him posting another try. Well, looks like Aaron Murphy's made his last run for a while, maybe for the evening, I'm not sure. He's been led from the field by the Bradford medical staff. Halifax will be glad to see the back of him. Baldwinson back on for Bradford. Well, to be honest, that's the most they've seen of Aaron Murphy anyway. The back of him when they've been chasing him throughout the second half, because he's made some metres for Bradford and he's made a lot of carries as well. Murray over halfway. Brandon Moore trying to catch lazy defenders. Almost did as well, as he took Halifax to within 20 metres of the try line. Kavanagh goes for the line. Kavanagh, strong urge and surge from Kavanagh, 12 metres out, but the last tackle, Keys Kicking across field, not as deep as he'd have liked it to be. Barber tries to get rid of it, but it's gone forward, and have Halifax having 6 more. Well, Halifax have still got possession, and Zach McComb, I think it is, has managed to score. An opportunist try. Well, that's left the Bulls supporters stunned.
That's a try for Panthers. Scored by number 19, Zach McCool.
Well, Zach McCool may not be the biggest player. He's got lots of strength, and he managed to force his way over there. There were no defenders on the left-hand side for the Bradford Bulls, and by the time there was, McCool was celebrating Halifax's second try. Keys competing with the drummers, and the screams from the Bulls supporters, but it has no effect on him.
That's a successful conversion for Panthers from number 7, Joe Keys.
The forward Bradford man, Joe Keys, kicks another conversion. Third successful kick of the night from Joe Keys. It cuts the lead. Bradford 17, Halifax Panthers 14. Well, let's not forget that Halifax are playing with 12 men. Murray takes the ball off Walmsley, carries it back 12-13 metres away from the Halifax line. Walmsley goes from dummy half, but doesn't get too far, just 3 or 4 metres inside. Keys moves into half back. Leroyer will take it up to the Bulls defence, but finds 4 men waiting for him, so there's little or no progress going to be made on that run. But does it give a little space for Halifax? A Crossley high on James Saltonstall. So Keys with an opportunity to kick Halifax back into a positive position. We begin on the Bradford Bulls 40 metre line. Jouffre to Murray. Murray hitting a wall of 3 Bulls defenders, but he's made 15 metres. Missed out Leroyer. Kavanagh again making the defence work, takes it to within 15 metres of the Bulls line. Arundel goes diagonally across field, but he's taking Halifax to within 6 or 7 metres of that Bulls try line. Still with tackles in the bag. Brandon Moore, well, there's a little bit too far out there to try that. Bradford not falling for that little shimmy from dummy half again. Murray dragging men over with him, and Daniel Murray, well, he's got to the line and he's gone over, and we'll have to go back to the 10 metre line. It might give Halifax a little bit more space to work in. Joe Keys, Jouffre out to Arundel, and Arundel took a big hit there. Another poor end to the set for Halifax. Perhaps should have been testing the Bulls' defence with a kick. Kieran Gill looks groggy. Left arm hanging limp. And needing attention, is he? Well, the following him round. While Halifax tried to drag the Bulls ball carrier over the touchline, and still trying to pull the can't get him over the touchline. We'll push him back towards the try line. Halifax need to be careful, but that's tremendous defence. Halifax putting it all on, and they need to be careful not to give a penalty away. Well, the referee's gone back at least 13 metres there. Kick downfield. Chase back. Oh, dangerous ball to Walmsley. Nowhere for Walmsley to go. He's managed to get back 10 metres out from the line. Saltonstall, a one-handed catch. Almost looked as though he was going to lose it. He's made another 10. Walmsley. Still to find his try scoring touch this evening. And McComb, the gooster, before the decision. Brandon Moore to Joe Keys, out to Woodburn Hall. Woodburn Hall pushes Lilly away. Last tackle, Halifax only just inside the Bradford Bulls half by about 7 metres. Joe Keys puts the ball into the air. Who's coming for it? Well, Halifax are there. Keir missing, avoiding the first tackle. Miller. Well, he's got some strength. He's helping out the forwards. I'll give a little bit of encouragement because here comes the runners again. Bulls back in Halifax half of the field. Oh, problems there nearly. Arundel makes the tackle on Elliot Keir, who'll come up into the line. Jordan Lillett books the ball out into touch. Well, the clock winding down. Halifax, well, they only need really one more chance, one more effort. Well, running out of subs now, Halifax trying to keep fit men on the field. Leroya being changed for Guaze, who's got the ball now, got to the 20-metre line. Daniel Murray gets to the 40-metre line. Halifax charging up the middle, over halfway. Can they conjure something up as the sands of time ebb away? Barber will be marked and tackled by 3 and put to the ground. 30 metres out. Jouffre to Guaze. Guaze, well, he's managed to get the ball away. Brandon Moore to Joe Keys, looking for somewhere to go and then running out of options, perhaps caught by surprise the fact that he got the ball then. Murray. Well, Halifax still with tackles in the bag. Guaze almost through the defence. Last tackle. Now or never. Jouffre's gone he's gone into the defence. Well, Halifax needed that last play on the last tackle that had perhaps let Halifax down a bit in this second half. When they've been caught with the ball 3 or 4 times in the Bradford Bulls red zone. When they could have been, should probably have been trying to put something up a little bit more tested against this Bulls side. Murray makes the tackle. Regrouped in defence and have limited the progress so far of the Bradford Bulls. Lilly stood at acting half, so does that mean a kick straight from the back of the play, the ball? No, not this time. Crosslet. Lilly gives it to Patton for the kick, and Patton, well, Bradford Bulls are saying that it's kicker's caught late, but Patton was hammered by Kavanagh there. Saltonstall. Walmsley has gone inside as well. We're going to run it into the forwards. And Adam Tangata comes on for Dan Murray as McComb tries to go through the middle of the Bulls defence. Tangata trying to find a way through. Last tackle 30 metres out. What can they do this time, Halifax? Jouffre puts in a kick. Will it stay in the field of play? It hasn't, it's gone out. Well, tried something different, but it just didn't work out for Halifax. And that possibly, without the assistance of a clock counting down. So the Bulls bringing it out from their own quarter. Guaze missing at the first attempt, getting at the round the legs at the second. Tangata and Moore. Halifax almost caught from dummy half. Will they be looking to get near for Lilly to put the one-pointer over again so they can get the ball back from a kick-off from the time that remains? Time of which is not on Halifax's side. Kibula. Well, it's been a hard-fought match, and Halifax have played the part with only 12 men. Well, it's not over yet, perhaps, as Woodburn Hall tries to get away from the Bulls' defence. Saltonstall. Trying to charge it forward, trying to find just one gap in this Bulls' defence. Walmsley. Was going at speed then, but they managed to catch him. Jouffre to Guaze. Guaze's away from two. Kibula just making the tackle. Halifax have got 6 more tackles. Well, I hope the Halifax side have been watching that as Tangata goes to the 40-metre line. Jouffre to Ed Barber, who's been over the line once but held up. 19 metres out. Can Halifax sneak it at the dead? Brandon Moore is looking to and gets ragged round the collar by Crossley on his way to the line. 9 metres away. Tangata with the dummy and the sidestep. Good stand-off play from Tangata. Barber gets the ball away. Out wide. Surely it's in for a try. Halifax are over. They've got to be. Oh, he's been held up. I think it's Zach McComb again, and how they ever held him up, I'm not sure. Why didn't it go to Saltonstall? Oh dear me, that should have gone out to Saltonstall, surely. Well, Elliot Keir, I think it's down just to the right hand side of the Bulls post, seeking attention. Halifax almost clutching victory from the jaws of defeat there with that run. Surely Saltonstall would have gone in had that ball gone to him. Well, Murphy back on. I'm not sure how many tackles Halifax had left. Play will continue from the 10-metre line after McComb was held up. Well, Barber's pass was lucky there, and Keys kicks to the corner. Oh, and Walmsley came up with it. Can Halifax force an error? No, they can do. Walmsley has stripped the ball, and Halifax have another chance. Is it Woodburn Hall that's going to Oh, he's gone as Woodburn Hall as he got over the line. Oh, so close for Woodburn Hall. Well, he won it for Halifax in a Challenge Cup tie, but he couldn't get through there. Well, they're 3-on-2 on the right-hand side, and they're looking at the left. Now they go to the right. Is there a chance this time? Saltonstall into the corner as he got the ball down. Well, he's not got over the line. The Bulls defence is desperate now, as Halifax's was in the first half. And Halifax have scored! They've scored! And the touch has gone to the corner, and the finger is pointed by the referee, and Halifax have forced their way in at the corner. How have they done that? Well, didn't hear the confirmation of who scored it, but at Bradford Bulls 17, Halifax 18. Well, it has been confirmed. Jouffre, the try scorer. Well, he's left it late to put his mark on this game as the Frenchman. But he certainly has put his mark on this game in a way that has left Halifax leading the Bradford Bulls by 1 point. Joe Keys with the kick from the corner, from the touchline rather. Way out on the touchline. And he puts it over. Wow, what a game this is turned out to be. Well, you're going to find a short kick-off now from Lilly. Of that there's no doubt. Well, he's waiting for the kicking tee. Halifax are waiting for the hooter, and will be desperate to get their hands on this ball. Bradford Bulls 17, Halifax 20. Bradford Bulls need the ball and a try. Halifax need the ball and to keep possession, and they've managed to get it with Walmsley, and Walmsley had a little bit of space in front of him, and he's still trying to get out of the tackle. Well, there'll be slow play the balls now from Halifax. Saltonstall, who's probably made as many meters as anybody for Halifax this evening. And this, should it be, is going to be a massive win for Halifax in terms of the season, in terms of the short-term future. Well, Simon Grick said during the week they didn't really want a week off, but looking a bit fresher now than they were at the end of the first half. And Keys will kick this one, as Lilly did, out of play on that far side. So they'll come back, Halifax. Well, there can't be that long left. And one tackle down. Well, it's a 7-tackle set, so Elliot Keir will take up the second run. Crossley on this side of the field, third tackle on halfway. Well, they can't be rescued with a Jordan Lilly drop goal this time. Out wide. Halifax missing the tackles, they need to make them. Well, will the pendulum swing the other way one more time as Doyle gets to the 10-metre line on the last tackle. Looking for Crossley to charge over again. Halifax have made the tackle, and the Bradford Bulls supporters are absolutely appalled at that play, expecting Crossley to go over from 10 metres. Halifax knew that all they had to do was shut him down. Walmsley tackled by Crossley, and only because Walmsley was forced back inside. Well, I'm sure Crossley wouldn't have caught Walmsley over a foot race, that's for sure. Well, Halifax looking to get down to the other end of the field again. I don't know how long away the hooter is. But it can't come soon enough for Halifax. That's the game for Halifax, and look what it means to the 12 men in blue and white. After losing Jacob Fairbank early on, well, it's like the scenes at the win at the in the Challenge Cup a couple of seasons ago, and Bradford have pummeled that Halifax defence time and time again tonight, and the number of times they've held up with a man down, and a key man at that in Jacob Fairbank, who could be missing for 3 or 4 weeks. Even Simon Grits is on the field celebrating with his players, who came out 9 points to 8 down. The goal from drop goal from John Lilly making the difference at half time. Crossley barged over after starting with a run from deep in his own half at the start of the set of 6. Finished it off barging over. Patton converted to make it 15-8, and then another penalty, and they took the option of the goal from 48 metres out. Patton successful. 17 points to 8. 2-score game. Halifax had been over the try line with Barber. He'd been held up. They'd made possibly bad decisions on the last tackle that meant the Bulls weren't really tested, although Halifax handed the ball over in the right place on the field. But then the game changed on McComb going over from dummy half and Keys converting. Halifax back within 3 points. And Louis Jouffre, well, it was an almighty belly, but Jouffre managed to get over and get the ball down. Keys rubbing salt into the wounds with a kick off the touchline, and Halifax finally have they found the form. The 12 men, dramatic win, dramatic scenes. Bradford Bulls players can't believe it. What's happened. Halifax players can, because they played till the end. It's an 80-minute game, and Halifax needed, well, just about all those 80 minutes, and they hung on with 12 men for another memorable victory at Odsal that's left the home supporters stunned. The final score under the lights at Odsal is Bradford Bulls 17, Halifax Panthers 20.